So by far, one of the most common questions we get from our customers is, how do I mix and match two Oriental rugs in the same area? Do I take a rug that has a field color that's red and match it with another rug that maybe has a red border? Or can I take a Tabriz rug that has a floral medallion design and match it with, let's say, a Sarug rug that has a all-over floral design? Which rugs work well together? Well, if you have this question, if you're trying to buy a new Oriental rug, or maybe you're trying to buy two rugs at the same time and you're not sure what's going to work well together, I think we're going to have a lot of answers for you, because we have over 25 years of experience helping our customers do just that, which is match Oriental rugs to look really beautiful together. And so if you want to learn more how to do this and learn about the advice we have for you to make this whole process easier, then stick around, and all that is coming up now. Alright, so before we get into the advice that I have for you when it comes to mixing and matching different types of Oriental rugs, one thing that you should know is that this advice has to do with rugs that are going to be in the same room, and let's say the rugs are going to be next to each other, within 6 feet of each other, adjacent to each other, and you should be able to see both rugs at the same time when you're in the room. The advice that I'm going to be going over doesn't apply so much to obviously rugs that are going to be in separate rooms, or let's say you have a furniture or something in between the rugs, or the rugs are further apart where you can't see both of the rugs together. So the main point I want to make here is that this advice when it comes to mixing and matching rugs has to do with rugs that are actually next to each other, and that this is for rooms and areas of your home where you could see the rugs together at the same time. This is where this advice is going to be the most practical. So on the same note, if you are finding it difficult to mix and match a couple of Oriental rugs that you really like, one option that you do have is to put a furniture in between the rugs, or just keep the rugs further away from each other so that not both of the rugs are going to be as visible when you're looking into this particular part of your home. So this is one way, if you are running into difficulties making a couple of rugs work out, you could still have both of these rugs, but not just have them so close together where they start clashing. Alright, so now let's get into it. So when it comes to mixing and matching Oriental rugs, there's going to be two components that we need to really pay attention to. One of those components is, of course, the colors of the rugs, and the other component is the design or patterns in the rug. Now, when it comes to the color component, this is the part that we need to really pay attention to, and to make sure that there are different colors that are going to be matching and working harmoniously together. When it comes to the design, this is also important, but it's not like a must. It's not like something that you have to make it work. If you have the colors matching, then the design doesn't necessarily have to match, but it is always nice to make the designs match as well. And we'll be getting into that more and talking about what are the type of designs that we recommend to match together. But the most important takeaway here again is that the most important component to make sure that there is harmony and there is a nice match is going to be the color component of the two rugs, or two or more rugs that you're trying to match. Alright, so first let's get into how to mix and match the colors in different Oriental rugs. And again, this is going to be the most important component to make sure that it's working together. And so what I like to do is, before I give you the specific advice about how to mix and match colors, just take a note that there's going to be 4 different components of colors inside of Oriental rugs that we're going to be talking about. So the first component is going to be the highlight colors that really stand out. So all Oriental rugs have different highlight colors that are used throughout the rug, and you'll notice that certain highlight colors are going to stand out the most and going to be used more inside of the rug. Now the other component is going to be the field of the rug. So this is kind of towards the center, like what surrounds the medallion if it has one, or just like the background in the center of the rug. And then also another component is going to be the border of the rug. So obviously this is like the background color of the border. And then finally we have the the color of the medallion of the rug if the rug has a medallion. So for example, if the rug is a floral medallion design or geometric medallion design, then the medallion typically has a different background color. So those are the 4 components. Again, it's going to be the highlight colors, and then we're talking about the field colors and the border color as well as the medallion. Now, with that in mind, let's go ahead and talk about the different parts that you want to make sure that match, and what are some different ways that you can mix and match the different colors in these components of the rug. All right, so first let's talk about how you can match 2 Oriental rugs together by matching their highlight colors. So when it comes to the highlight colors, again, this is going to be the highlight colors that really stand out. So for example, if you have a rug that has strong blues as highlight colors or greens, then you want to find that both of the rugs that you're trying to match are going to have these highlight colors that are really standing out. So this is one of the great options you have to match the rugs. You don't necessarily need anything else in the rug to be matching. You could just go for the highlight colors and make sure that these are the strong highlight colors that both rugs have. Another option that you have is, of course, matching the different components when it comes to the field color. So if both rugs have, let's say, a field color that's red, matching both of these 2 rugs together that have both field colors that are red. And you could do the same thing when it comes to the borders. You can match 2 rugs that have the same color border. And then of course you could do the same thing when it comes to the medallions of the rug. If both rugs have the same color medallion, that can work. Another great option is to kind of mix and match between a rug that has, let's say, a red field color and the other rug that you're choosing has a red border. Or for example, you could go with a rug that has, let's say, a blue field color, and then the other rug you're choosing has a blue medallion. So all these different components, the 4 components that we talked about when it comes to color, you can mix and match these, and as long as you have at least one set of components that will match, so either matching the border with the field or matching the medallion with the field, any of these would work, but you're just going to make sure that you find at least 1 or 2 colors within these that are going to be matching. So I hope that's not too confusing. We'll show you some examples so that way you have a better idea of what this looks like. And so next we're going to go ahead and talk about matching the designs and patterns when it comes to picking out a couple of Oriental rugs that you want to have work together. All right, so before we go over our tips when it comes to pairing different designs in Oriental rugs, I like to real quick invite you to like and subscribe to our channel and turn on your notification bell, because we try to put out videos just like this every week going over everything you need to know about Persian and Oriental rugs. So now with that, let's go ahead and talk about pairing the different designs of Oriental rugs. Great, so next let's talk about how to pair the different designs of Oriental rugs and how we're gonna go about mixing and matching Oriental rugs when it comes to their designs and patterns. So before we get into it, I wanna just do a quick overview of the common designs that are available in Oriental rugs, and then we'll talk about, the matching and pairing ideas and what are the best practices. So when it comes to the designs, you usually have a floral design. This could be a floral all over design or floral medallion design. And basically all that means is that when it's a floral medallion, it has a centerpiece. When it's a floral all over, it's an all over design. There's no one centerpiece. Then you have a geometric design rugs, which have also, again, geometric with a medallion. For example, a lot of Haris rugs have that. And then there's geometric all over. And then you have a Harati design, which is really popular, especially with like Tabriz has a lot of Harati, as well as Sarug. So that's another type of design that's pretty common. And then you have some of the other designs that are a little bit less common, but definitely a lot of different rugs offer these too. So for example, you have Tree of Life design or panel design, very popular in Bakhtiari. And you can have hunting design and pictorial design and of course gold design. So there's a lot of different other types of designs like that, but not as common as the floral design and the geometric design. So So that's a quick overview of the different designs that are available, and we're going to be talking about mixing and matching these designs. But if you want to learn more about the different designs and really get a lot more details as far as what are the designs available and what they actually look like, and what are the different types of rugs that are available in each design, we've created several videos getting into the design topic, so definitely check out our playlist about the different Persian and Oriental rug designs. But with that, now let's go ahead and talk about how to mix and match these designs and what are the best practices to pair the designs so they look good. All right, so this part of pairing the different designs and patterns together is pretty straightforward. Basically, the best practice is that if you have a floral design rug, whether it's floral medallion or floral Oliver, you try to match that also with another floral design rug, whether it's going to be, again, medallion or Oliver. Any type of floral design works well together when it comes to the patterns. And then it's the same thing when it comes to geometric design. So if you have geometric medallion or geometric Oliver, you try to go with a rug that has also the same kind of geometric design. And something else that you can do that works really well is matching geometric design with Harati design, because they're both, Harati design also is sort of like a geometric design, but it has geometric shapes, although they're finer and more detailed shapes, and they're usually much smaller, but they do have geometric patterns inside of them anyway, so geometric rugs work really well with Harati rugs. And then again, when it comes to floral design rugs, so not only you can match floral design rugs with other floral design rugs, but also you can match them with like a tree of life floral design rug. So for example, just to give you some examples that you could work with, if you're going with, like, let's say a medallion design Tabriz rug, you can match that with either medallion design Saruk rug, or let's say it's all over floral design Saruk rug, or it could be even like a tree of life rug of any kind that would work. Or let's say if you're talking about like a geometric rug you're looking at, so using the example of a medallion design Hariz, you can match that with a Harati design Tabriz. You could match that with like a Bakhtiari geometric design rug, whether again as medallion or all over. So these are all just different ideas, and I'm just using different types of Persian rugs that you might be familiar with just to kind of drive the point home. But the main thing here is pretty simple. You're just trying to make sure that floral design goes with something that is more flowery, whether it's going to be floral design, tree of life design, and then geometric design goes with something that's more geometrical, whether it's actually a geometric design rug or a Harati design rug, but really the shapes inside the rug have more geometry in them. So that's the basic idea behind mix and matching the designs and patterns. And also just something else you should know is that whether the design is going to be very intricate or it's a more simplified design, so when you're dealing with rugs, let's say, that have really high knot density and putting them next to rugs that have a lower knot density, that's perfectly fine, as long as, again, the type of designs are similar. That's what matters the most. All right, so finally, I'd like to go over some recommendations with you when it comes to mixing and matching Oriental rugs that don't necessarily belong to the components of the colors or matching the designs of the rug. So one of the things is going to be the layout of your room and whether or not you'll be able to use, let's say, a large rug with a smaller rug. So we have customers that purchase a larger rug and they still have a part of the room that's available, and they like to choose like a smaller rug for that part of the room, or maybe a runner rug even. So when it comes to mixing and matching the different sizes, that's going to really depend on, of course, like the layout of your room. So you will really have to try it out to see how that looks. There's no like hard and fast rule when it comes to using large rugs with smaller rugs. Another thing you should consider is definitely the accent colors in your room and the colors of your wall. Try to find at least one or two colors that really stand out in the rug, whether, again, it's going to be the highlight colors or the different components that we talked about, such as the field, border, or medallion. that's going to match with the accent colors in the room, and also do consider the color of your furniture as well. So those are some of the things that you can consider outside of the most important ones when it comes to the actual 2 rugs that you're selecting. So we talked about design, we talked about colors, and these are the other things that you can consider as well. Alright, so this concludes our video on how to mix and match Oriental rugs to work well together. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and that hopefully now the process of matching rugs together is going to become easier for you, whether you have one Oriental rug at home and you want to buy another one to match well with it, or you're trying to buy 2 Oriental rugs at the same time. And if you want to learn more again about the different designs in Oriental rugs and just get more familiar with all these, we have a great playlist for that. Also, I invite you to check out our playlist about the different types of Persian rugs, so you can learn a lot more about what are the different types out there. We have a playlist that goes over 30 of the different types. And if you are enjoying this video, then I hope you like the video and subscribe to our channel. And if you have any questions and you need more advice about mixing and matching rugs, then please leave your comments below. And with that, I will see you in the next video.